On July 19, 2024, at 4:09 in the morning UTC, a security company shipped a routine update to its customers. 78 minutes later, 8.5 million Windows machines were dead. Airlines grounded. Hospitals cancelled surgeries. Emergency lines went silent. It was the largest IT outage in history, and it wasn't an attack. Here's the part that should bother you. The software that did this wasn't malware. It was CrowdStrike Falcon, security software, the thing companies install to prevent disasters. It ran with the deepest privileges Windows can grant, on machines belonging to banks, airlines, hospitals, and governments, precisely because it was trusted. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how one configuration file turned that trust into a boot loop on millions of machines at once, and why the fix required a human being to physically touch nearly every one of them. It comes down to 21 fields, where the code expected 20. CrowdStrike Falcon is what's called an endpoint security agent. To spot attackers, it has to see everything, every process, every file, every network connection. On Windows, that means running as a kernel driver, code that operates inside the deepest layer of the operating system. And Falcon registers itself as a boot start driver, meaning Windows loads it at every startup, before almost anything else. That's the design. If the security agent loads late, attackers can slip in early. Kernel code lives by a harsher rule than normal software. When an ordinary app crashes, Windows closes it and moves on. When a kernel driver crashes, Windows cannot trust the machine anymore, so it stops everything. That's the blue screen of death. It isn't Windows breaking. It's Windows refusing to keep running on a machine it can no longer reason about. Falcon gets updated two ways. Sensor releases, the program itself, go through testing and staged rollouts, and customers can even choose to stay a version behind. But threat intelligence moves fast, so CrowdStrike also ships rapid response content, small configuration files that tell the existing sensor what new attack patterns to look for. These channel files go out to everyone, quickly. That speed is the product. When a new attack technique appears, Falcon customers are protected in hours, not weeks. On July 19, channel file 291 went out through that fast lane. It was meant to improve detection of a technique abusing Windows named pipes. But there was a mismatch buried in the pipeline. The sensor's code expected each entry in that file to carry 20 input fields. The new template shipped 21. When the sensor parsed it, it read past the end of its own data, an out-of-bounds memory read, inside the kernel. An ordinary program would have crashed and restarted. But Falcon isn't ordinary. The driver crashed, so Windows blue screened. And because Falcon is a boot start driver, the machine loaded the same driver, which read the same file, at the next boot. Crash. Reboot. Crash. Reboot. 8.5 million machines, caught in a loop they could not escape on their own. CrowdStrike identified the problem and stopped distributing the file in 78 minutes. For any machine that had already downloaded it, that changed nothing. The machines couldn't stay up long enough to receive the fix. Remote management tools couldn't reach them. The only cure was manual: boot each machine into safe mode, navigate to the CrowdStrike directory, and delete the bad file by hand. Now multiply that by an enterprise. Thousands of laptops, check-in kiosks, hospital workstations, point-of-sale terminals. And one more twist of the knife: many corporate machines encrypt their disks with BitLocker, and safe mode demands the recovery key. Where do companies store BitLocker recovery keys? On servers. Which were also running Falcon. Which were also blue screening. IT teams found themselves locked out of the keys they needed to unlock the machines that held the keys. The scale was historic. Over 5,000 flights cancelled. Hospital systems postponing procedures. Broadcasters dark. Emergency dispatch lines down in several U.S. states. Damage estimates for the Fortune 500 alone ran over $5 billion. And the bug had sailed through because of a second failure. The tool CrowdStrike used to validate channel files had a flaw of its own, and it approved the malformed template. Content updates didn't get the staged, canary-style rollout that sensor code did. The fast lane had no guardrails, and it delivered the same file to the entire world at once. A few things worth sitting with. First, the more you trust software, the bigger its blast radius. Falcon didn't cause the largest outage in history despite being a security product, it caused it because it was one. Kernel access plus universal deployment is a single point of failure by design. Second, there is no such thing as just a config file. If data changes how code behaves, it can break that code. The update that killed those machines wasn't a program. It was content, shipped without the discipline that code gets. Third, canary deployments exist for exactly this moment. Send anything, code or content, to 1% of the fleet first, and July 19th is a minor incident report instead of a historic outage. And fourth, a recovery plan that depends on your systems being up is not a recovery plan. The BitLocker keys were safe on servers nobody could boot. Print the runbook. Test the path where everything is down at once. The Therac 25 killed with a race condition in 1986. CrowdStrike grounded the world with a field count in 2024. Different decades, same lesson, the most dangerous software is the software nobody questions. If this kind of story is your kind of story, subscribe, and follow for more things your tools aren't telling you.